Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel for a brand new video on WRC 8. We're here for episode number 2 of the WRC 8 career mode with a rally of Sweden. So the Swedish rally, first snow rally on this game. Let's see how well we can do on snowy stages. How are the physics? How does the car feel on snow stages? I'm really looking forward to try out the Swedish rally. But before we actually go on to the rally, we got an event on the calendar, and this time we're actually going to be trying out a brand new event that we haven't tried out on the first episode. The first two events that we tried on the first episode were training and the extreme conditions event. This time we're going to be trying out a manufacturer tryout, which doesn't really reward you with any money, but it rewards you with improving the reputation we have with other teams. So for example, on this one we're going to have a promotional event with Skoda. So that pretty much means if we actually do well and achieve their target, we're actually gonna be improving our reputation with Skoda. So for example, if I want to change teams by the end of the season, then Skoda could happily give me a contract for WRC2, and I would actually like to do plenty of those events if I really want to go to WRC2 Pro, because at the moment, even if we win the championship, I think the career mode doesn't really give you any contracts for WRC, which is nice. You grind on the game on the WRC2 category, and I feel like it's nice to spend a little bit more time on the lower categories like the real drivers do. For example, Porter's Tinderman has been on WRC2 for 3 seasons, and he's now started to get some races with Ford. That's a huge jump right here. That was a very good jump. And for anyone wondering, these are the German stages. Going a little bit too deep here. Completely missed that one, and probably we're not going to have enough time to complete the stage. I think it was impossible to complete the stage, but we're actually going to made it. The target was 49%, and we actually succeeded with a 97% score. So that was very, very good. And as you can see here, gaining XP and gaining some reputation with Skoda. So I was talking about being on WRC2 for quite a while, and I would like to see spending a few more seasons on WRC2, because these cars are actually very nice. For anyone wondering, I just took the next day for resting to rest my crew so that their ability is at the peak again. And we're here in Sweden, as you can see, snowy as F. It's just pretty much the snow rally, the snowy rally of the season. There's no other snowy rally in the season apart from Monte Carlo, which is tarmac with some ice, some snow, just some bits of snow. So here we are starting out this Swedish rally on the first stage, and I think the first couple of corners on this rally are quite flat out pretty much. So we're actually going to see now how good the physics are on snow, and we're going to actually compare them once again to Dare Rally 2.0. For the time being, WRC 8 on tarmac is much better than Dare Rally 2.0, much more enjoyable. You actually feel like you're driving on tarmac, whereas in Dare Rally 2 it just doesn't feel like tarmac.
Too short. And left 4 long, narrows into right 4, open over crest, 50. Left 6 short and 100. Right 6 narrows into left 5, tightens over crest. Right 4 short, don't cut, into flat left, into jump maybe, over crest, 50. Caution, hard brake, square left, don't cut, and right 5 long, 60.
The first section was good, the second one not that good, but the third one has been good, and here we got a huge jump. And we went further than the 35 marker point there. So that was a huge jump I just took there. Jumping, pretty important in rally games, seems much better than WRC 7. WRC 7 on jumping had a few issues with the physics of the suspension. They are improved from WRC 7, but I think the suspension physics are not as good as Dare Rally 2.0. So we have another green sector here, and moving on to the final sector, we got a few fast corners. A slight jump, but that's going to be a slight mistake here. That's probably the first mistake we've done on this stage so far, so I don't really think it's going to cost us that much, considering we've had plenty of good sections, and at the end of the stage is a 446 4.1, and it's going to be 5.9 seconds ahead of Ole Christian Vibe, theoretically my teammate. So that's a very good start to the Swedish rally. As you can see, only 4 competitors for this rally, which is normal. WRC2 drivers do not race on all rallies. So for example, I'm also going to miss plenty of rallies, plenty of events, whereas other drivers like Tiedemann, the Mexican guy, which I don't really remember him, and Osberg will drive on these events. So it's once I drive on those events, the other time the other guys will drive on those events, and sometimes we might even drive against each other like we did in Monte Carlo. So that's how the contracts are. I've seen a lot of people complaining about this issue, like people saying I can't race on all rallies on WRC2 career mode. Guys, it's actually how WRC works. That's how rallying works. In real life, if you actually go watch WRC2, it's not always the same drivers driving around. So it's gonna be the same drivers, but not on every single rally, because WRC2 teams gives contract to plenty of drivers at the same time, and they want to give opportunities to new drivers or to other drivers, not give the same guys every single time the same opportunity. So it's a nice system, I think, and it makes the championship a little bit more interesting. Whereas in WRC, for example, the top 8 drivers will always drive on every single rally. The first sector, as you can see, wasn't good, but the next 2 ones were pretty good. Talking about good, I'm actually going to run wide into this right-hander. I'm still getting used to the physics of WRC 8. It's much more enjoyable than the previous one, I gotta say. Much more realistic, and realism provides enjoyment at most of the times, in most occasions. In terms fighting with Dirt Rally 2.0 on the snowy stages, I feel like WRC 8 has a little bit of an edge of a Dirt Rally 2.0 here. Even though I really enjoyed Sweden on Dirt Rally 2.0, due to the stages being so interesting on this game, I might have to choose WRC 8. But we're now on our final sector, through the final corners, onto the final right-hander here, and we're gonna come across the line with a 313.8. Oh my god, 89 thousandths of a second ahead of Ole Christian Vibe. That was a close one, to say the least. The Ford actually pretty close too. The Skoda is just miles away. That guy, Rhys Yates, is not really going to be in a fight for the podium. Whereas for the Ford, still a pretty good job. But the battle between me and Vibe is the one to pay attention to. So Vibe now, the gap is 6 seconds. We want another stage, and moving now to the motorhome to repair the car. I'm actually always choosing the automatic repair. You cannot completely repair the car. It's impossible to completely repair the car, and I actually love this in this game. It's so immersive because the teams never completely fix their cars. Whereas in WRC 7, you go to the motorhome and completely fix the car. It was just that easy to go on to the next day with a completely fixed car. Whereas in this game, it's almost impossible to go with a completely fixed car on the next day. So makes the game more challenging, including the hard tire wear, and yeah, it's just the whole experience of the career mode is just much more tougher and much more funnier, in my opinion. Now, plenty of you will remember those type of events, the 1v1 events, as I call them. One of my favorite events on WRC 7. Let's see how good I am on WRC 8 on those events. It's actually raining, so that's gonna affect quite a lot my performance, the braking, the drifting, everything pretty much. But yeah, let's see how well we can do on this stage.
Into right 2, don't cut, widens 30, keep middle. Junction into underbridge, into jump 30. Left 4, short, and right 3, don't cut 70. And left 6, tightens 3, short, don't cut.
I run a little bit wide here. Not really brave. The rain is actually making the conditions on snow pretty different. I wasn't expecting it to have such an effect on my driving, but at the moment it really has.
Junction, square left, bail out 40. Big jump over bridge.
The first sector actually wasn't that good, but still, I don't really know where I lost a lot of time, or if I lost a lot of time. Pretty impressive jump here with the fireworks on the Red Bull sign, and
This is the fast section.
And around the final corner, let's see where we're gonna end up for this 1v1 stage, the 152.6. Let's see what Vibe has said. Vibe is actually gonna win this one, but it doesn't really matter. It's only 4/10 gain here for Vibe. We're still ahead of the Polish guy on the Ford, so that means we're still gonna be overly on first position, this time with a 5.6 gap. So the gap is back to where it was after stage 1. So going into the final stage, could we get those extra 5 points and get out of Sweden with 30 points in the bag? That would be very good for the championship to get those 30 points. So final stage, it's actually raining, which is not really helpful. I didn't really like the rain on the previous stage, but still I think I can get on with the rain quite well. If I'm correct, there's going to be dynamic weather on this one, so the rain is going to go away. It's going to be interesting to see if the rain is going to go away as the stage goes on. Let's see. This is a very important stage. We could really get our first ever victory on WRC 8, even with 4 competitors. It would be nice to see getting a win so early on to the season. And why not even win our first power stage on WRC 8? First sector, green, so faster than everybody else.
Tighten short into Kings 200. Caution, brake, crest into flat right and left 1, 30. Right 5 long, tightens 100. Caution, brake, right 3, don't cut, tightens into crest, keep in. Into right 4 and left 4. And left 2, don't cut into right 4, open 50.
A little bit frustrated because of my bad sector 2, and we're running wide quite a bit here. There's some mistakes here due to my frustration now, not doing good on the second stage, but so far could we actually snatch those 5 extra points? Not really sure about that. Still, that's not a very promising outing here on this power stage, and almost here. We're making plenty of mistakes, and the bad thing is that Vibe is only 5 seconds behind, so that's a bad square hairpin again. Not doing very well, to be honest. And Vibe is only 5 seconds behind, so I don't really know if we're going to be able to stay ahead of Vibe, unless Vibe has made any mistakes too. We don't know about that. Talking about mistakes, I should stop making mistakes, and as I say that, the rain is gone, so dynamic weather here on WRC 8 for the first time I think on the game that we see that, the new feature on the game. And let's see, can our performance change now that it's dry conditions?
Tightens 4, don't cut. Into left 3 short and right 4. Into left 5 long, open. And caution, right 5 tightens, 50. Right 5, 60. Flat left into right 4, 70. Left 5, 100 for finish.
Very fast corners here on the final sectors, and it's going to be 2 green sectors, I guess, as the dry conditions came. And it's a 3:15.7. Have we actually won the power stage? Yes, we have. And Vibe is actually 3rd, so there was no way for Vibe to beat me here. He must have made a mistake on the final stage. But what matters the most is that we actually won the Swedish rally. And here you can see where Vibe and the Polish driver has lost time in comparison to me. I was actually slower than the Polish guy on the 1st, 2nd and 3rd sector, but on the 4th and the 5th one we actually gained a lot of time, and that's how we won the power stage. And that's going to be 5 extra points in the bag and our first ever win on WRC 8, considering we actually had to wait for an extra season and a half on WRC 7 to get our first victory. I'm surprised to see that we've actually already won on this game. So it's a win on WRC 2 season on our second episode on WRC 8. So what can I say? I wasn't really expecting it. I mean, it's 4 competitors. It was the easiest occasion, but still, we made it and we won the Swedish rally, which is gonna promote us into 1st position. But you can see Osberg, Rovanperä, Gera are yet to have their 2nd event. So if one of them wins the next rally, then they're gonna be promoted onto 1st. So that's how it goes. It's like it's not really 1st in the drivers things, but it's 1st, but not for too long. That's pretty much all about it. So probably by the next episode, we're not going to be 1st in the driver standings. But at the end of the season, I think both me and Osberg are going to have the same amount of events. If probably like Osberg having 1 extra or me having 1 extra or something like that. So we need to take advantage of each and every event we're part of, so in order to win this championship. Now onto the R&D tree, we got 3 resource points. We're going to be increasing the reverse crew members. We're also going to be upgrading the asphalt snow tire grip, and we're also going to be upgrading the engineer upgrade on the crew. So we've also had our 1st upgrade on the team unit, pretty much on the R&D tree. We're also going to be acquiring our 1st ever engineer, since we actually have unlocked the assignment on the R&D tree to have an engineer. These are pretty much the recruitment that we can actually recruit these members, but I don't really want to spend any money on that yet. We just paid the repairs cost for the last rally. Next rally, I think it's going to be the Argentinian rally. I might be wrong though. But still, we don't really care about that. It was a very, very nice outing here in Sweden to win the rally. And pretty exciting also to see that the snow physics are slightly better than on Dare Rally 2.0. So is this game better than Dare Rally 2.0 at the end of the day? I'm not really sure. I actually enjoy both games. But at the moment, the game that keeps me on playing a little bit more, probably because of its career mode, is WRC 8. Probably because the career mode is that much interesting than on Dare Rally 2.0. I mean, it's a much more implemented career mode, to say the least, but I've still enjoyed Dare Rally 2.0. I feel like it's personal. Like, someone might enjoy Dare Rally 2.0 more, someone else might enjoy WRC 8 more. In my opinion, you should try both games. They are both fantastic games, and I feel like you will enjoy, if you're a rally fan, you will enjoy both quite a lot. But until next video, guys, that was me. If you liked the video, like it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, subscribe. Share this video with any of your friends that are looking for fresh racing content of games like WRC 8, F1 2019, and still sim racing content. Yes, I will post sim racing content here and there. But until next video, guys, it was me, TM. I'll catch you later. Goodbye.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the big moment we've all been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen,
Place your turntable in front of your guests.
Set the volume control in your stereo system at the preferred listening level.
Ladies and gentlemen.
beat rock, beat rock, beat rock.